So 23 days, they're going to be off. Here's my question to you. If you're off, and they weren't off for 23. Let's say you couldn't do much other than 1-on-0 stuff, Stu, for 14. How long do you think it would take you to get back to where you were prior to the pause? How many days do you think?
I mean, now I'm thinking as a 30-year-old basketball player right here.
No, I'm asking you the 20-year-old Stu Duggan.
Yeah, I'm trying to think back to when I was 20. Didn't have to warm up. Warm up was like the first, the first game that we had. But
you didn't have to stretch then.
No, God, no, nothing. I don't even want to think about it, Jeff. Honestly, it's sad.
Just wait till you're my age. Wait, just wait.
Oh God, I'm just gonna freeze myself. All right, I think a week. I think like a good week and building up. So maybe 7 to 10, really 10 days. And we're not getting back. I mean, they're not going to get back into peak form until a game or two, anyways. Like,
right. No,
luckily
it's going to be a couple games. I mean,
yeah,
if you watch Villanova, they weren't good. They finally hit their stride. It's been almost 3 weeks.
Yeah. So hopefully they can. Who knows? Maybe they'll have to slow it down. Maybe they won't. They'll have to slow it down and just rely on their defense a little more.
Or play their bench a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that'll help them in the long run. Don't you?
Yeah. I cannot agree more, because again, it's nice to ride your top 6, 7 guys. You just never know what's going to happen. You get some ankle turn in the tournament, and like guys got to step up.
And COVID again. This was an athletics deal. This wasn't their team necessarily that was hit. So ultimately, I think you always worry about COVID. And I've talked to plenty of coaches. And remember, even the guys on other teams who have tested positive back in the summer, it's 90 days. And then they're going to have to test again for the NCAA tournament. So the only guys who aren't going to have to test that are positive, that have been positive, are the guys within that 90-day window. So basically, if they got positive from, January, February, or early in March, they're okay. They don't have to test for the NCAA tournament. Everybody else does, which is kind of, and then obviously, you got the contact tracing that you have to worry about it as well.
Yeah.
But this thing is going to be very interesting, because Dan Gavitt told me, they run the NCAA tournament. He said, listen, we're not stopping this thing. So like, if Michigan gets hit, if Gonzaga gets hit, if Baylor gets hit, life goes on. They're not stopping this tournament. They got too much of this on the line.
Yo, for sure. This is a lot to do with the Big Ten tournament, I think, as well. And wherever they can just put it. In Indiana, they don't really care as much about where it's going.
Smart. It's a smart business decision to put it in Indiana. Why not? Now again, the question's going to be, like, if you're Michigan and you get knocked out early, like, they want teams to stay in Indy if they can. But if you get knocked out on like Friday and your first game isn't until the next like Friday, you're going to go home. You're going to go back to Michigan. You're going to test there for however many days and then go back to Indy. So I don't know if it's going to completely work, but it makes sense. What's the difference? If you have it in Indy or Chicago, there's no difference to me. Who cares? Yeah. So you might as well do it in Indy for the teams that do just stay there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm not worried about this Michigan team. Again, all it takes is one guy, one knucklehead. That's all it takes. And that's the problem with it. Michigan team, I'm not really worried about it. It seems like everyone's focused, but it is going to be extremely interesting. I'm